welcome everybody to another episode of Bar Chords. We are here again this week. You didn't notice a break, but we actually haven't recorded in a few weeks. But we won't tell you that, even though we just did.
Wow.
Love that.
Yeah, so we are here. Last episode we recorded is not out yet, but just to tell everybody what happened, we listened to Brant's new album, and we talked about all his new songs and went over it, and we were going to release it next week with Brant's album, but that's not happening, and Brant will tell us why that's not happening.
Hey,
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be Brant's rants.
hey, Brant's rant. Let's go.
Oh wait, we need a jingle.
segment.
We need a jingle.
Brant's
Pass him a
rants.
guitar. Pass
It's
this
Brant's rants, and welcome to the rant that is for Brant, and it talks about some things, and his name is Brant, and it goes to rant. Hey, Brant. Perfect.
I don't know. So it's because of third-party sampling and royalties and not having sample clearance, etc. But actually, what it boils down to is Spotify is an awful corporate being,
Yes.
and it does not reflect art, and it does not reflect music.
It reflects
In
money
Yeah.
and nothing else.
It is the money machine, and it is the man.
That being said,
Yeah.
Corporate
Spotify,
greed.
please don't bury our podcast in your algorithm. Spotify, we love you.
Thanks for having us on
Thanks
your
for having us
platform.
on your
Yeah.
platform, Spotify.
At least we're allowed to talk on the platform. Yeah.
Careful what you talk about.
Just do not.
Episode flagged.
Don't
sing
copyright your own
Don't
voice.
sing any jingles. Or
Yeah.
anything.
You're like, wait a minute, that's Brant's voice. We own that. He sang in that song 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
True.
That's
Anyway,
crazy.
So I keep getting flagged when I upload my album through the third-party distributor.
Crazy.
They keep saying that samples are, not cleared, and that's true. There are a bunch of samples that are not cleared, but you know what? That is music, and if
True.
you, sorry, oh,
What's
this?
Oh,
So
wait.
just tightening my
Just playing your nuts.
my
Tighten his
nuts,
nuts,
tighten his
man.
nuts.
tighten my nuts up.
Um,
Sorry, I didn't
But
mean
yeah,
to.
if you were to, look at music in history and Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique, you want to erase that album from the history. That's one of the best albums of all time, and it has over 200, 300 different samples that none of them are cleared.
I was just gonna say, but did they pay for those samples?
I don't think so because it was a brand new thing back then. Nobody was doing that.
Knowing them, they're probably coming
1990.
after them now. Though.
I think they retroactively had to clear everything.
Yeah.
But
No, it's still whack. You're not wrong.
anyway, my point being is I'm not going to bother with it anymore because if I have to mod this album to the point, I've already been working on it for 2 years and now I have to change a bunch of stuff that I think is artistic merits and nobody's actually coming after me for this. I make $0 off the music anyway. And even if I were to make money, then I could get them sample cleared or whatever. But
True.
as it stands, I'm just going to have to boycott Spotify and my music will have to not be heard.
It's crazy.
Because people don't use other platforms anymore. I mean, SoundCloud, Bandcamp.
SoundCloud's popping right now, man.
They
say.
are good in their niches.
True.
And we can talk about that, Joel. But
Yeah.
I think as far as just
The average listener, you're right.
getting it out to your regular person, it's not going to cut it.
No one's being like, hey, I'm putting you on Spot or SoundCloud.
Well, even if I tell a coworker or a friend, hey, go listen to my album, here's a SoundCloud link, they're like, I don't have that app. I don't.
How do you listen to
Yeah,
the clouds?
exactly. How do I
Yeah.
do that? Yeah.
SoundClouds
I
make
know how to
sounds.
shake my fist and yell at them, but
Wow.
I don't know how to listen to them. And same with Bandcamp. Bandcamp's great for getting independent artists money and stuff.
True.
For buying singles and albums, but again, it's niche. That's niche. And Joel, we're talking, SoundCloud's great, but it's a producer to producer. It's a DJ find other tracks.
It's an underground thing right now.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not the platform for me right now, and Spotify should be, but I'm not in the top 1% or whatever, and I never will be.
So true. I mean, that's why I like YouTube. Just
YouTube,
lately,
actually,
YouTube
when you
fucks.
said that, I felt really good. You were like, what, YouTube algorithm is very good, and I was like, you know what? People can find me on YouTube. That's good enough.
I get better views sometimes on YouTube. Like
Right?
I put a remix up and
Yeah.
I used to get 20 views, 1 view, and
Yeah.
2 of my last tracks hit 2,000 views out of the blue.
That's incredible.
And I think they're trying to compete with TikTok, Instagram,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think too, if they have a problem with the sample, they'll tell you what the sample is, say your song can't be monetized, but they won't kick you off.
No,
and that's what
no.
the problem with Spotify
Yeah.
is. If you have a problem, hey,
Speak into the mic.
speak into the mic.
Yeah.
Frontwards.
Frontwards. If you have a problem, fucking just say, okay, Brant, your song's still up, but we'll take the money from it. Cool. You don't care anyway. You still want to have to edit your album.
Making any money.
Exactly.
So,
it's for yourself.
Yeah,
so
no, I like that idea too. And
YouTube's doing it right, man.
Yeah, YouTube's like that, demonetized or whatever. And
You might just have to tighten it.
I'm gonna tighten that, baby.
Just spin it around.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Sorry.
I like this.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
There we go.
We're good. Oh,
but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Like you at least have the choice right there, and Spotify doesn't give you the choice.
Oh, it's horrible.
In fact, it's been a nightmare just to deal with them because the first time I submit, it takes me like half an hour to submit all the tracks.
Yeah.
Get all the lyrics and the metadata put in there, and then 3 days go by, 4 days go by, and they say, "Oh no, your release has been copyright infringement, whatever." And you know what they do? They just delete the whole thing. You don't get to modify it or edit it or re-upload one song or two songs. It's just gone, and you have to re-upload the whole fucking thing. And then they don't even tell you which track is the problem. It's like, I know in my headspace, I know.
Oh, they've just flagged the whole album?
The whole album.
That's so stupid.
I know. And I know in my head, I know which songs have samples and etc. I'm not stupid, but like, you know, you gotta at least tell me which your algorithm's picking up. I know a human's not listening to this and saying, "Oh, I know that song. I know that song.
I know this one.
I know this one. That was a banger. 1992.
Yeah, exactly. At 30 seconds, that sample was used in that track.
Yeah, so it's a little discouraging.
More than a little.
To sum it all up.
Fuck yeah.
But whatever.
No, not whatever. It is whack shit, man.
No, but there's a ton of great artists that I really look up to that fucking hate Spotify too, and they pull all their shit off there. And how many people do it? You look at
I hate Spotify. I don't even fuck with Spotify.
I don't even fuck with it. You're right.
It's just I don't even fuck with it anymore, man. It's
Look
just
for
such
this podcast on Spotify.
Yeah,
weekly.
Sponsor us, Spotify, please.
Well, it's sad because this is. I remember when I was using SoundCloud and it was still popping, and they started releasing SoundCloud or Spotify. Sorry, and I was like, the fuck. I'm like, why would we pay? We already got SoundCloud. It's free. We're chilling.
Exactly.
Why? To just listen to the same shit. And they just marketed it really well, forced it down everyone's throats, and then everyone
monopoly.
Oh yeah, within a year, I was just like, this ain't gonna take.
Even Apple Music. How many people you know on Apple Music versus Spotify? Everyone's on Spotify.
Oh yeah, no one. It's the new standard, but it's because the big money, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Spotify is owned, I think, 30% by Warner, 30% by It's owned by the big corps. And what they do is they have their big playlists, and they just push their own artists to the top of the quote unquote editorial playlists. Yeah. So I have a huge problem with Spotify because it's in house. You know what I mean? They're already just pushing their people. You don't even have a chance already. Exactly. They bought the whole game, and they're like,
it's even harder.
Yeah, you don't even get a slice of the pie. On SoundCloud, you were lucky if you just caught an algorithm. Now you're not even making a playlist. You're dreaming.
You're dreaming.
Exactly. And half my friends, man, who got on playlists. Tell me you have to pay $500. These fucking people.
You gotta pay them or work hard and hit up
for a chance to get on.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I mentioned one of the previous episodes. My buddy and I had a track on radio, and this guy was trying to promote it in Miami. It was like, "Yep, $7,000, and we'll pitch it to these." And it's like, what?
It's insane,
bro.
It's insane.
Like this is what I mean. They milk artists.
So this power in these people.
There is, and this is what we're talking about.
I mean, and we did talk about this, but that's exactly how radio stations do it as well too.
Like it's gotten to that point.
Yeah, it's always been like that, really. Yeah. Like even the birth of radio was pay money.
You're right. That's a great point. It's like advertising. You're paying for your place in the newspaper.
Yeah, true, but radio is also local, so it's like a little easier. Where it's like we're gonna rep this local artist. I mean, I'm Joel. I've heard you on.
Well, that's why I like. I know. That's why. I fuck with them because they supported when they didn't have to. Then they make a space for new artists,
especially
local artists.
In Canada. We have like CBC's pretty good for that stuff. They look out for independent, new and upcoming artists.
But if you think of like before the internet, that is how it was done, right? You would make your album, you would go to a radio station, say in Halifax,
101.3.
You would
looking out for the people.
Pay them $5,000 to play it, and you would go to every major city and here's my album.
That's what they still do. You're right. Yep. They still do that.
Yeah, that's just how it is. It's called payola.
But this is what I mean. A lot of people don't realize. They just think you're not a successful artist or you're not good. And it's like, no, I just don't got $30,000, an agency, and a manager in my back pocket.
There's also a little difference there too, comparing Spotify to radio, because radio is like, I don't know. To me, Spotify is just the base ground. Like that's just a platform to put your music on. you're not being instantly heard by it. Like everyone listens to the radio. You put the radio on when you're driving.
Yeah.
It's not like they tune right into you on Spotify. It's like you have your playlists you go to, like we mentioned,
that's it.
or whatever. But it's not like putting your music on Spotify. You've made it.
So
a lot of people treat it that way.
Actually, something that's funny that I have hate about streaming services is because I don't listen to on Spotify. Like you can listen to the new artists or whatever mix and stuff like that, but I listen to my own playlist on Spotify of my own songs.
Make your own playlist. Yeah.
Whereas, like when I lived in Toronto, there's a very big radio station in Toronto called Edge 102, which is like just like an alternative new rock station.
It plays YouTube.
It's just like an alternative like new rock station. But I listen to it all the time because like I would always in the car because I'd always hear new music all the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I like this band, and then I would go find them on Spotify. And I've noticed like just my style of music, there isn't an alternative rock like station in Nova Scotia that I know of. Anyways, it's like there's like Q104, which is like classic rock and like shit like that, right? But I just am struggling to find new music as accessible. Without listening to radio in the car anymore. Really.
Oh yeah, no.
I listen to Spotify in the car, and I listen to my same old fucking bands over and over again all the time.
Exactly.
That's how you go. I mean, I hunt every week to download new music, and I think this is why I like SoundCloud right now. Is it's chaining artists together, and the
but that's what I mean though. Is like with streaming, you have to like actively search out like new music.
There's not.
I would throw
because they're going to force you the same shit. It's like a radio station.
I would throw the radio on in the car and be driving, and then something would come on and be like, "Ooh, I like this. What is that?" And then I would go search that band and be like, "Okay," and then to download their shit on Spotify, right? Like,
Well, it's like YouTube's got that like for you thing in the sidebar, right? So
I love it.
Yeah.
I find so much. Like my buddy swears by YouTube's algorithm. I swear by SoundCloud's right now because they're on. They just did dark mode. Finally, they're on point right now.
And you ever click a video too, and it's like this banger of a song, and all the comments are like, absolutely epic algorithm find. Like they're calling out the algorithm, being like epic find.
Oh, I never seen that. That's sick though. Yeah, I probably would do the same. Like fucking
crazy songs, and the comments are just like, oh my god, the algorithm just blessed me right
I
now.
love that. It's so true. It is chance though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just listening to your shit. Like, you like this? We think you'll like that.
And it is the same for Spotify. Like I listened to this incredible metal band called Chat Pile, and they've had an interview, and they said, we were really grateful for Spotify's algorithm, just like put us out there, and a bunch of people heard us. And it's like you can get lucky that way. It does have, for those
air quotes,
watching, air quotes,
lucky that your manager pays $5,000
maybe not all the time.
Not all the time.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot of time.
That's true. But anyway.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Happen.
It could and can. It's the lottery, and everyone calls it that. It used to be about just hard work, good music, and whatever. But now it's the fucking lottery on top of it. It's like, okay, what do they say? It's now up to like 80,000 tracks a day. It's like, okay, well, imagine just even out of 80,000, 500 are good. Now, good luck getting ahead of those 500. Break it up into genres. You still have fucking 60 tracks, and no one's looking for new music. Your 60's got to break it into some playlists, or you have to be online annoying everyone on Instagram. Download my track, pre-buy my track, and you become like the person you hate. You're like, I don't want to do. I just want to make music and share it. Now I'm this guy like, please, paper here, newspaper here, please,
extra, read all about it.
Or listen to it all about it over here. You're like, shut up.
Man. I love those TikTok videos where they're shooting some stupid funny music video, and then at the end they're just like, dude, what the fuck are we doing?
It's so true, though.
It's so stupid.
It's so true, though, man. You're like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's like, oh, you want to make music? Make a funny video. Make a stupid video.
No, it has been. I've been thinking a lot about that lately, just because content is honestly king. Even us, like, you got to record video so, people can see it. Yeah. There has to be that option. Yeah. And I get it, but I'm starting to think like, the comedian shit is kind of getting old. It's like, hey, I'm a music producer. Sometimes I don't want to be funny about my music. Yeah. Like, your album is not funny. So why should you have to make funny videos to promote? I get humor as a way to sell, but there's also, some people now, and it's kind of more appealing to me, it's just setting up a camera, explaining stuff like this, just kind of walking through things. This form of media I feel is more organic.
Yeah. Because the only reason the camera's set up is because why not post to YouTube? If we're recording something already, throw a camera up and put it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Sorry, all you YouTube watchers, but this is meant for your ears.
No, I love just listening to shit, too. Like ASMR shit, just put it on and chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, YouTube is just definitely like an afterthought of all of this, just because, might as well just put it up. It's another way to get views on something, right?
Yeah. But this is it though. You have to be attacking the board. And it's just gotten so cringy now that I think soon everyone's gonna be like even I get cheesed out by some artists. I'm like, you gotta think outside of the box, make it entertaining in a cool way that I'm into.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's times are changing for sure. Now with like AI stuff, people aren't even gonna be out there doing real video. You'll just download their face and
I don't want to see that.
Put them on a parachute jumping off the Eiffel Tower and be like, check my new song.
Yeah. Dude, like AI, like full AI movies are coming soon.
Oh, there's a phenomenal website called Runway.ai, and they are kind of leading it, and they have their own AI film fest based on how you use the program because it's so advanced. And if you can figure it out, they have their own film fest for AI videos only, which, hey, I'm glad. Like, section that off. It's kind of like the AI music that we were talking about. Yeah. Make AI music. Like, I don't want to be competing with the guy who's typing in, like, BPM at 120, rave beat, and good music. And
I saw some just random, like, reel the other day, and it was, like, a fan-made, like, Star Wars, like, movie or whatever.
Yeah, I think I might have seen that.
And it was a clip of one of the actors who is dead in real life, and they just like made a whole scene of this like Star Wars thing.
Crazy.
And it looked fucking real. Like I was watching it, I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized like 30 seconds in it was AI, and I was like, holy crap. That guy's been dead for like 20 years.
I mean, Disney did that with CG in like the sequel films or whatever.
Yeah, for sure, but you could kind of tell this was like fully
dude,
AI. Like there was no set, nothing. Like the whole thing, the whole video was just AI, right? And it looked like real.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I was just like, this is trippy,
but this is the thing. You really,
it's not perfect yet. So after like a minute of watching it, you're like, oh, okay, this isn't real.
Yes,
right?
6 fingers.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we talk about AI a lot on this podcast, but it's like
it's very prevalent right now.
It's the world we're in now, man.
It is.
No, but like, are we at the point where we're the boomers just like yelling at clouds, being like, I don't like new technology, or do we have some merit here to saying that this is not good? Like, is bad.
It's not that it's bad. It's just not.
It is bad.
Well, it's not fully there yet.
No, I don't mean the quality's bad. I mean, humane-wise, this is bad.
Well, I mean, how many fucking movies have there been over the last 100 years about AI is a bad thing? It's going to be sentient and take the Terminator. Everybody has nobody ever seen the Terminator?
Terminator is not as bad as like these people making free content. I'd rather Terminator come back in time.
Terminator ain't lying at least, man. He's not check out my new video.
John Connor.
Get into that chopper.
Yeah, he's not like, look at my full motion video that I made just with prompts.
No, check out my sweet video I made on ChatGPT.
I was listening to
Look at the John Connor.
Look at the John Connor. Look at it. We come from the future.
He goes back and just shows him.
John Connor, check out this. We made a Star Wars fan fiction.
I was like, all right, dog. Like, you're good, man. You're fucking with us in the future. No, I seen a good TikTok that was talking about this, and it raised a good point on kind of what we're talking about, and said, we are now at the kind of cusp with, and this is why I think it's prevalent in our conversation, where like the industrial revolution was just starting to happen. Yeah. So this is a new tool where people will look back and be like time before AI and time after AI.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And so kind of, I think it's important to us because we've come through generations of no electronics to enhance, like hyper.
To be
smart.
honest, we are in a very cool. We're lucky to be in the generation we're in because we saw the birth of smartphones, the birth of the internet, and now the birth of AI.
Yeah, but I think too, you're going to see AI used for bad, and you're going to see AI used for good.
Oh yeah,
and
just everyone, like everything. Look at the internet.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I will stand fucking by this.
Yeah.
It's great. I'll stand by this. I think AI should be used in the sense of you'll go to the fucking hospital, you'll wait 9 hours. How about everyone has a fucking AI chat program in their house that can fucking stitch you up? And like people should be focusing on like medical AI.
Don't take away the arts. Like that's the one fun thing
that's what I mean. It's like don't rip the arts. Fucking AI program your coffee machine to be like, hey, wake up and
iRobot already. Can we just get Will Smith to send us some iRobots?
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh no, yeah, I remember that movie. Yeah, but it should be used, I think, for
no, you're right.
Enhancing your life, doing the mundane. Yeah. so that you can be creative.
Go to work for me, so I
But-
can stay at home.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you're bang on
Yeah.
though.
Go do the construction job so we can stay home and paint.
Yeah, but even
Right.
if your job was to prompt it, you can all right, prompt's good. It's going to run for another 30 minutes. I'm going to do something I love, and then come back and make sure the machine's still operating.
Yeah.
I do think that will be the future is when you weed out all the bullshit, and it eventually comes to, hey, AI, like fucking run this whole program for us, so we can just sit here and talk.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to click and program and click.
And that's good. We're kind of getting there with that.
Yeah.
Right now, all I use AI for is using like descriptions for this and turning myself into an action figure. Which I spent like a week trying to get a good one.
That's really so funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of that stuff is fun, like when it's completely AI just conceptualizing stuff. But when people start passing AI off as their own art, that's a problem because as a person, you're just trying to communicate and connect with other people, and then you have this like,
it's like, why are you cheating that? It's like, what are you getting?
Well, that's capitalism. I think is they're not doing it to connect with you; they're doing it to get ahead.
Yeah.
And this is really where you start to see like it's about the money, the fame, and the looks versus genuine. I want to connect with you. That's how actual fans are made. Is like, hey, I resonate with you, your soul, your being. And now other people are just like, hey, prompt this and prompt that. And you like me now, right? And everyone's like, I guess.
But there's a certain aspect of it too that takes away that kind of allure, that shine on arts specifically. So it's like when I was younger, like being able to learn guitar and record guitar and make a song with a guitar or any instrument, whatever, was incredible. That was a cool thing, and people were impressed by it.
Yeah.
People are not impressed by any of that anymore.
They don't. They really don't.
Care. You can make an absolute incredible song, the best song. I sound like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The best song.
You make the best song. We're gonna make the song. It's gonna be better than all the other songs.
It's gonna make America great. But literally, like, you could just make the best song or whatever, and people don't care because they're kind of desensitized. I feel like
That's
AI
a big
helps
problem.
desensitize people to a lot of arts and things. So,
I'm seeing that now because in terms of you guys, you play instruments, you've done it, you've learned it. And as a kid, I never had that. I don't know. I will say, like, electronic production helped me where I never had parents buy me instruments.
but
And
still,
like
that's an incredible skill set.
But a lot of people thought that was a joke compared to learn a real instrument. When I told them, boomer. But
and we kind of touched on this about AI music and the birth of electronic music in another episode we talked about. Or just back in the day, people used to be like, "Oh, it's not a real instrument. That's not a real."
I got that
it's
quite a
all
bit.
Computer music.
I feel it's not the same.
Well, I think it's changing where people who look, you're always like 2 generations ahead or looking down.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Because even now, like, I know how to do everything, but now even to speed up, I'll use samples. I'll hit like splice and use samples.
Yeah.
And some people are like, you're using other people's made samples in music.
Yeah,
and it, that's just higher end. And then as you get
that
higher
is
up,
that style of music, like Brant said, like that's the licensing thing sucks because of the internet, and I get it. People want to get paid for their own stuff
for sure.
But on the flip side, 99% of music is sampled from something else, and if you're making your own original thing
new with
out of it,
you're right. That is a good point.
There's
but that's
a fine
the
line
actual
there.
rules of it too. Like if you're making something new or whatever, it's fair use.
Yeah, totally.
Well, that's it. Like if I just kind of being straight, if I went to a music festival and I want to tie into DJs in a minute on this, but if you went to a music festival and saw someone who you thought made their entire set and you're connected with that music and then later found out, oh, it's either ghost produced or AI generated, you'd be like, oh, what the actual fuck?
Yeah.
That to me, like some people don't care, but when I find that out, like, oh, that producer actually just paid someone, put their name on it, I just lose like a lot of respect. I'm like, that's not cool. I get you might be busy, but this isn't like a construction company where like the contractor hires, John and Jacob to build the house and then slaps their name on it. But really, John and Jacob did all the work.
Yeah.
But, the guy at the top's getting all the credit. I can't stand that shit.
Well, there's that, and that goes back to like boomers again, but it's like they would say Aerosmith had ghost writers for their music and stuff, and it's like, oh, I thought Aerosmith wrote cool songs. But
there's a
compare
thing
that to the Beatles and stuff, or like pop music.
I get teams.
There's a place in the States, I believe it's in California, which is actually called the Music Factory, and they write 90% of pop songs.
That's right.
I believe
and sell them to artists.
Oh, I do.
And
I think I might have mentioned in the previous episode the artist Zed. The Meet Me in the Middle track was made by 2 guys in a studio.
Yeah.
Then they passed it up.
This is the one you said, and it keeps getting passed on.
I was shocked they even put that video out.
Put their name on the producer tag.
Oh, it's fucking Zed Meet Me in the Middle, and it's like, no, those 3 people, the girl and those 2 producers,
You know how many
made that song.
Dude, just one song that I know for sure. The Justin Bieber song, Sorry.
Yeah.
It was written by Ed Sheeran and Benny Blanco.
I just seen that. I'm seeing a lot on Benny, how he's writing all
wrote that song, and Ed Sheeran didn't want to sing it, so they were like, what are we going to do with it? And Justin Bieber ended up taking over that song, and now it's a Justin Bieber song.
Well, that's what I mean. You really
nothing
see
to do with it.
You really see the what's the name of it? The fucking the machine behind these people. It's the artists just literally are the figureheads.
Yeah, and they don't even try to hide it. The fucking place is literally called the Music Factory.
Yeah,
it's a big, huge music producing studio in California.
I believe it.
That is just filled with songwriters, and their job is to pump out hits and sell them to top artists.
Yeah, well, it's funny you
Mariah
say that.
Carey, Beyonce, fucking all those people.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, fucking the whole lot.
90%. I mean, I'm not saying they don't write their own stuff, but they're definitely a lot
they
of
have a
hits.
part of it.
I don't mind if they're in the room.
Yeah,
if it starts with you and you're in the room, cool.
Yeah, but some of them they're not even in the room.
I know.
Just like, here's a song, you're going to sing it because you're going to sell it.
Yeah, now a Katy Perry track.
Yeah.
Like what?
Or like you said, like the song, the CD or whatever, goes on someone's desk, and they're like, "I'm going to pass this up. I get credit for this." And that's
it. They're still getting paid. Their name.
Well, if they're getting paid and they're in the credits, cool. I just don't. I have a problem when like a DJ or someone buys the full out rights. Like I heard there was this guy, A-Lock, for a while, and he was #1 DJ in the world. But a guy named Seven was making a lot of his music. He wasn't getting credit. He was just paying him because he was a young producer, just wanted to get ahead. Was paying him like $500, $400 a song, and then he was getting $20,000 show bookings from it, and then wasn't getting any credit. So it's like you didn't even make the songs; you were just paying someone who really needed the money, taking it and calling it your own. To me, I was just like, "Wow, that's crazy. That's that's some low shit." He may make his own music now, but the point is, I don't know. Even if you're a touring DJ, you're not an artist. You're just a DJ, but everyone has to front. You know what I mean? The fronting nowadays, everyone pretending just so they can get ahead. The capitalism is crazy.
I actually saw a funny thing. One of the artists I really like too. He's from Ohio or some junk place like that in the States, but he moved to New York. And someone had asked him, "It's like, why'd you move to New York? Like, whatever." Like, and he was like, "To say that you're an artist from New York sounds a lot better than saying you're an artist from Ohio." And something like that just carries a lot of weight to it too, where people say, "Oh, he's an artist and he lives in New York. He must have made it, or he must have done something good." And it's kind of true. Like I feel like that bears some weight to it.
Yeah,
it does. I had to do that with.
That's why everybody who wants to be an actor moves to LA.
Yeah, it's in LA.
Right?
Well, LA's a big music.
I think I told you guys that happened with me here in Halifax, because I was a Halifax actor, went to Vancouver and trained, and came back, and I was a Vancouver actor. And I got everything.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even saying it; they just could pitch it that way. Yeah, you just got back from Vancouver from film school.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, Vancouver actor. Vancouver.
Yeah,
I laid out, and I was like, "Shit, that does sound way better." You're not wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
It's easy pitch. Like you said, New York. Same thing. I was doing NFT work. I just put New York in my Twitter title because I'm like, it sounds better than Nova Scotia. Like New York, you're just like, you're the central hub. You must be busy,
and you're getting business that way.
Yeah, it's just people are just like, they respect you more. You know what I mean? But again, that's front to the extent too.
I feel like it's true. I believe in that too.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Also,
things are shifting now. Like LA is not the mega hub of the world of entertainment that it used to be. Like stand-up comedy is a perfect example. Like there's a huge movement in stand-up comedy where like stand-up comedians are actually all leaving LA, and like they're like starting a hub in like Texas, and like all over. Like a lot of celebrities are realizing that because of the internet, they don't necessarily need to be in Los Angeles anymore.
There's a thing too.
First of all, it's mainly tax reasons, because taxes in Los Angeles are fucking insane.
Well, I stayed down there in Vegas, and my buddy was telling me, because he was deciding between moving to Vegas and LA, and he picked Vegas because you can get like a fuck ton of property for 3 times less the price. Yeah. Because LA is just so oversaturated. No one wanted to be in Vegas in the middle of the desert. Yeah. So they were just like, he was getting massive estate. He'd be like, dude, $100,000 and you'd get like fucking 5 acres in Vegas.
Yeah, fucking. I just saw him the other day, but Steve-O fucking just left LA and bought like a huge ranch in like Tennessee, and is like opening like this huge. He has about like 50, 60 acres in Tennessee, and like starting a huge farm and like podcasting studio and doing his whole like multimedia shit.
That's someone who's already
his ranch.
made it, though.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. But
just getting out of the rat race, and
that's also showing all the people who are trying to make it that you don't have to up and move to fucking California to become famous anymore.
No, you just need your phone and
you need the
persistent.
Internet.
Like if we had the energy. And you didn't have to worry about families and stuff. I'd probably be on the fucking phone all day because even in acting, I used to have to wait for the audition, hope I got a script that I liked, hope that I could do it off book, go down on the day, hope I don't blow up, hope I don't look bad, do it, hope you don't fuck that up, and then get home, and then wait 2 weeks to hear that someone else got it. Yeah. Now you can just pick up your phone, do the take as many times as you want till you get it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking throw filters on yourself so you look how you want to look. And then upload it, hashtag it, explain exactly what and why you did what you did, and then just let it run.
Yeah.
So you can see you're seeing people blow up. I think I remember like the that native dude who was drinking the apple juice down the street. You guys ever see him? He was a skateboarding native guy. Was always drinking like cranberry juice.
Oh yeah,
and the cranberry juice.
Song,
the cranberry juice actually sponsored him and bought him a house.
What was the song that was playing? It's like Fleetwood Mac or something playing when he's riding his longboard down the road. Yeah,
it might even be that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point is like you can do it. It's just energy and time. And
it is wonderful that you can be self-made these days, and that's a credit to the internet.
Yeah,
Nothing
for sure.
To do with AI or LA or anything like that.
No, that's what I mean though. People, LA actors don't need to go to LA. Like if you want to be on an old school TV show, soap opera, cool. Yeah. But even now, as I was getting out of film, people were able to tape auditions send them to Toronto. Well, you don't even need to move to Toronto now. You can say Halifax.
Toronto is literally known as Hollywood North. It's a massive hub of film in Canada as well too. There's studios all over the place.
Huge. But that's the point. Like some people from Halifax were getting cast and flown up, and that would never happen. They'd be like, nope, we just cast in Toronto. If you're not here, it sucks to be you.
Yeah. Right.
But now they're like, you know what? There might actually be talent outside of this hub. Yeah. And they're probably bored.
Because it's also easier to seek people out from the other perspective, too, from the perspective of the filmmakers and stuff. It's, you're getting auditions sent to you now. It's, you don't have to, do, as many, casting calls and have people come in and audition for you, right? Yeah. Where you're limited to, unless you go and fly to Toronto and audition there, you're limited to people who are in your area, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like, here's an audition of this guy who just sent this from fucking Halifax or wherever else, right?
It's nice, because you might not be prim and polished. Toronto has a certain, I'll just say every acting hub actors a certain way, but if you're casting from, Newfoundland or Halifax, they might have a different tinge in their voice, or they might have a different look than the city is used to having, which might appeal to the film directors who are like, hey, I'm trying to cast something for the Arctic. Yeah. And I don't want it to look like something, prim and proper, cool haircut, Toronto kid. Accent. Yeah. But it's cool that in that way. But the point is nowadays, if you even this, someone could pick it up, that listen. Who the fuck knows where?
Oh, that's it, and that's why we try still. I think, right, because it can happen.
Well, we do have not many because we don't have a shitload of listeners, but I know we definitely have people in Ontario that listen to it, and
that's sick.
Spotify tells me where streams are coming from, and there's definitely streams coming. People in the States are listening that I have no idea.
Oh, no way, that's sick.
I don't know where in the States, but
this is what I mean is you start small, it's a cool indie thing, people catch on, and you grow together. Yeah. It's like, man, these guys are kind of my vibe. I don't want to listen to the same shit on the radio I'm forced to listen to. I don't want to listen to the same Spotify playlist I'm being forced, mid top 40 or whatever the fuck. I want to find that indie, cool, underground, new stuff. People being real.
Oh, it happens everywhere. It happens with music. It happens with YouTube, where you just find this streamer or this, producer or whatever, and it's like, how did I live my life before not knowing about this?
There's so many bands I discover that way, exactly that, and then go, oh my god, this is the best band ever. How did I? Yeah.
I think you mentioned something this the other day, and I thought to myself, we're at an age now, it's kind of crazy. You will go your entire life and there will be sub-genres of artists so popular that you'll never hear about. Yeah. You'll never come in. Yeah. You're even telling me about the show that you were inviting Brant to go see. And just genres or artists I probably never heard about.
Even just between Alex and I, the artists he was into and the ones I was into were not the same ones.
No, so just to fill everybody in, we're talking about Riot Fest, which is a huge punk rock. Yeah,
which I never heard of.
Specifically, is in Chicago. Right. They do it in Toronto a lot as well too, but it's a bit smaller scale. But it's basically just a punk rock festival. But I saw the headliners were Blink-182 and Weezer and Green Day, which I like, but it's whatever. I don't care about them.
Yep.
And then all the big names, and you get down the poster, and it's all the little names along the bottom, and I sent it to Brant and was like, "There's like 15 bands in the bottom like rung that are like really
it's
tiny." I was
ones,
like, "I would go to Chicago just to see these bands." For example,
That's
there
actually
is a
sick.
band called Screeching Weasel that is playing there, which is a like very niche like hardcore punk rock band from like the 90s, which was like growing up one of my favorite bands that
No way.
nobody knows about.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah. And I didn't even think they played music anymore. And I literally saw their name on that thing and I was like, oh my God.
That must have been so cool.
I was
like,
so hyped.
I can't even imagine.
But like crazy, like wicked punk bands, like Bad Religion. It was like one of the greatest punk bands of all time. But it goes all over the place. Like Hanson was one of them as well.
No way.
That'd be hilarious.
The ones I was into.
Weird Al as well.
Weird Al still around?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like all over the place. It was like very 90s, but like,
oh wow.
Then I sent it to Brant, and then he came back at me with like a handful of bands that I've never heard of. He's like, I love all these bands. I was like, oh my God.
It was like all the 90s.
Oh, that's sick.
Like Texas Is the Reason, and like just a bunch, like Jawbreaker was on there. It's
funny.
Again,
I actually have this as a topic
oh,
here
cool.
to talk about.
I want to talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll get back.
Yeah,
we'll get back.
Yeah.
But and Wishy was on there, which is like a modern band that does like 90s style, but is like super cool.
Like
no,
it would be an incredible show.
Oh,
I think we should go to it.
That's cool. 2 topics off that. I've noticed.
We're segueing into the next one about financial things here.
Yes.
But
I'm pressuring. Now we're ready. I'm pressuring Brant to take a trip to Chicago to go to this, but he doesn't want to because
can't do it
because he just bought something.
Oh, tell us.
We all just bought something.
Yes, we did.
We all did.
Tell us about yours.
Why do I gotta start?
Joel and I could
mine are lame.
Joel and I could put the things we bought together, buy 2 more of those things, and it still wouldn't equal the thing you bought.
I could buy 30 of them.
We did the math.
Yeah, we did the math.
So Brant bought a new guitar, and I bought a new guitar.
Yeah, we did.
The difference is, for what we both paid, Brant could buy literally 30 of my guitars at the price that he paid. We did
funny.
the math.
I can just imagine a wall just guitars.
He could buy 30 of those.
It might have been more than 30. Let me do the math again.
So I didn't know this. I'm going to sound dumb AF, but I didn't even know like just the general public could go and get a guitar made.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
At a certain level of guitars, it kind of gets like that. Like Brant, just so everybody knows.
No, I was like 30. Yeah,
Brant bought a Fender custom shop.
I did. Everyone say congrats.
Congratulations, yes.
Yeah.
But like PRS, Paul Reed Smith guitars, at a certain level are the same
Even
thing.
Gibson
does it. Like any high-end guitar company does custom.
I don't know why I didn't think about it. I just thought you had to go to the shop, pick up the guitar they give you, and then you string it the way you want.
Yeah,
Did not know.
Yeah. I actually, when I was in California, went to the Fender factory in Corona, California.
Wow, that's tight.
Did a tour of the custom shop.
Amazing.
It was so cool, man.
Is this where he's getting his guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I've actually been there. I've been in the room that his guitar is going to be made in.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So it's like almost like an office setting, and everybody has like they're all like super high end Luthers, and they all have their own fucking like station where they just make the guitars, and they're all like $10,000 guitars, but it's fucking crazy.
This is what I mean. These little niche jobs that you wouldn't even know. It's like someone probably sitting there just tinkering with the store.
No, I've watched some videos, and it's like the person who makes the pickups. She's been there. She's a Hispanic woman, I think, who's been there for like 40 years.
Yeah,
that's just her job, winding.
Well, it's like a huge factory, so they make not only just custom shops. There's like the custom shop is just one part of it. Like they make all American made Fender guitars come out of this one factory. So they have a full like manufacturing factory downstairs where they still make like this guitar behind you.
Yeah, that's a $3,000 guitar, but it's factory made.
But that's just factory made.
That's what I mean.
Basically,
I thought they were all
that
factory.
Is like
just like a car.
That's like the first floor of the Fender factory. And then you go upstairs, and upstairs is like the custom shop where they make that fucking $10,000. And those ones are all like handmade by one person.
That's so crazy.
One person makes the whole.
Not quite actually.
Yeah.
There's 2 options.
Each part of it, really.
Yeah.
They pass it around the factory.
You're not wrong though. There's 2 options. You can go team built, which is what I chose, just because it's cheaper. So the team builds it.
Cool.
And then there's master built, which is there's specific luthiers, and you can pick them by name.
Oh, no way!
They literally make your guitar for you.
Yeah,
but it takes like twice the amount of time. It costs double the amount.
So team made would be like you make the body. I'll make the pickups.
Exactly.
So when you do finish the body, you bring it over to me. I'll put the pickups in, and then I'll give it to Brant. He'll put the neck on it.
That's
you know what
crazy.
I mean?
Exactly.
I assume A-list artists are getting customs by single
Absolutely.
people.
I think it varies, to be honest with you, because also a lot of artists at a certain level get their own signature guitars, right? So a lot of those are like certain bands that will get custom like Squires made for them. So there's factory made guitars with their fucking name on them, right?
Okay.
That's
so
true
some bands do it that
Probably
way.
for travel too. They can just beat them up and not worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But custom shop's wild because like there's stores that they'll just hit up custom shop for make me 20 guitars.
Yeah.
And then they make 20 guitars and just sell it in the storefront. So it's really special to me because the way I messaged someone, it was a big company. I said, I just want to inquire about getting this guitar made. Disclaimer, I'm left-handed, so that's why I have to do this. It's really hard for left-handed people to get nice guitars still, I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
There's options out there, but if you like certain things, it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
So I messaged this guy, and it took 2 months. 2 months to hear a response, and I never did. So I hit up someone different. I went to a different company in Ontario, and I said, hey, man, get me a quote. I just want a quote.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I can get you a quote same day.
What company was this by? Out of curiosity.
Long and McQuaid.
Oh, you went to Long and McQuaid.
Long and McQuaid initially, and I'm learning don't do that. They take too long.
Yeah,
no shots fired. I love the company. They're reliable. You can depend on them for good prices and stuff.
Did you buy this direct from Fender, or you went through Long and McQuaid?
This is from a third party. They're called Lausen Music. They're in Ontario, family-owned company, and the guy is named Dave. Incredible dude. Anyway, he said he could get me a quote same day. He couldn't because I'm left-handed, and they weren't sure if they could make this guitar in left-handed. So it took about a week or so, 2 weeks maybe, and he did finally get back to me, and he said, yeah, we can do that team build. And I said, here's your deposit, buddy.
Wow.
I was at work with you guys when I was like, just yes. There's no doubt in my mind, no. It's just like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And
amazing. Well, we talked about this week, man. It's just, it's been treating yourself versus, you can work your whole fucking life and not do. What's the point? And then, a lot of people wait till the end, retire, and start living their bucket list. Or you can do it now and enjoy the ride with the shit you want.
Budgeting.
I'm with you on that one, man.
Yeah, even we talked about, I just wanted to buy a stupid computer monitor, but the point is, you look at the price tag and you say,
stupid, though. It's what you want.
I know.
That's what you want. Yeah.
Well, that's it. You're just like, hey.
As long as I have enough money to keep the fucking lights on, dude, I don't give a shit.
Exactly,
I'll buy what I want when I want.
Well,
will this guitar be better than a guitar I bought for $500? Well, yes, but marginally, very subtly, will it be better? But it's it makes you happy. It's going to make you look cool. Just enjoy this. And
I think that's a thing. You'll feel
it's so funny because I as cool as that guitar is going to be. And I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just bought a fucking $200 guitar.
Oh yeah, we all buy stuff. Yeah.
So happy with my crappy $200. I literally bought a crap $200 acoustic guitar to bring camping.
Oh shit! You told me about this 2 weeks ago. I
Because
forgot we haven't talked about this.
It's a nice guitar too.
Is it?
All my guitars are pretty nice, and I don't want to bring them camping, right? And I'm going to do a bunch of camping this summer, and I was I want to, because I got rid of a lot of my instruments when I moved to Nova Scotia.
Yep.
All my crappy $200 guitars. I was I'm not going to try to move with all these, so I just sold them all off. So now I'm kind of rebuying that stuff again a little bit. Cool. And I bought just a crappy $200 guitar to bring camping with me, and I put new strings on it. And I was saying to Brant, it didn't have strap pins on it, so I drilled a hole in it.
Oh no way!
Installed strap pins
actually?
Just very minor stuff to it, but it's just I loved it. I put brand new strings on it, and I've been I just bought that casino a couple months ago.
Yes, he did get a very nice electric guitar.
I've been playing the crap out of this $200 fucking acoustic Gretsch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so sick.
I love it, dude. I fucking love it.
That's so sick.
I'm laughing to myself because I'm and no shade, but I'm just Brant just bought a fucking $10,000 guitar. And I'm just over here just loving life with this $200 shit box.
No,
it's so funny.
I guess that's the thing is
here's
it makes you
happy.
happy.
It makes me happy. So I'm just I don't care. I love it.
No, that's so cool.
It's probably great. And like I said, mine will be marginally better. Very subtle.
Well, it'll be way better.
No. It's apples and oranges. But at the same time, it's you can be that guy who has 10 guitars. I want to be that guy.
And I am.
You are.
And
I want to be that guy with
and I am.
I want to be that guy with 2 incredible guitars, and that's my look.
That's cool.
See me, that's my guitar. And that's me. I'm gonna have it. I've got that Jazzmaster, and now I'm gonna have this Jaguar,
Sings.
and they're gonna be completely different. Well, they're similar, but they're different enough that it's justifiable.
I love that.
To me.
Well, this is the thing too. Is if you plan to make music the rest of your life, why the fuck not?
Right.
Like, I mean,
we're
like
all pretty invested.
Yeah, like we might not be 20 and have the best years ahead of us, but it's like, hey, we still love what we're doing.
We dropped a bunch of money. We're dedicated. We're
just love what we're doing it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't. At the end of the day, this is what I mean with like kind of tying back to the AI people. They're just in it for the quick buck, where the actual artists aren't going anywhere.
Yeah,
everyone's doubling down.
It's kind of tragic because we'll go our whole life without any reward or any recognition.
Yeah,
and we'll die. And maybe 10 years from then, someone will like our music.
Well, you're not wrong. Well, dude, like I've been part of that kind of, once you get that one show, your life will change. And I've played enough that have had like,
a lot of
it just doesn't happen. No one cares.
You just keep at it. And like,
but
good music will float to the top.
Yeah.
It will float through all the algorithms. It will float through all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Good music will make it. But it could take a lot longer than your own lifespan.
Well, that's what I mean. I think like even Alex, you do covers, but why? Because it probably makes you feel good. It makes the crowd feel good. It's just about that feeling.
Yeah,
why do you do what you do?
I mean, learning new songs for me right now is like I hear something and it's like almost like an earworm. Like if I have a song stuck in my head, the only way to get it out of my head is to like learn it.
Yeah.
Learn the song. I go, okay, it's done.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you could
never
feel like
play
it's
it again
done,
after that and be fine.
Yeah, you share your music.
Before you pulled
like,
up, Joel, we jammed through like.
Yeah, we had a sweet jam before he got here. It was sweet. I set all this up, and we jammed like probably 7 or 8, or 6 or 7 songs. I learned like 4 or 5 new songs this week.
Oh shit!
And we just kind of ran through them all, and we played a Chris Isaac song, which was really fun.
That was fun. Obviously, it was a wicked game.
Yeah. But it's fucking. I mean, with Brant's setup and his fucking Jazzmaster, it just sounded so good.
Oh, thanks,
no, but that's the thing, man. Is it's more than just doing it for to get ahead. It's you're doing it because you have. It's something in you inherently has to. You're it's part of you.
Well, it's a connection too. It's like a connection with other people. When you play music, it's like you're playing the music.
You're jiving. I get that. Like, we were talking to that regular at the bar the other day, and he has a jam. He has a jam session every week. Every week, and I didn't realize I've been serving this guy for a year. Coolest dude on earth.
Oh yeah, he didn't
never told me about.
Never.
He talked about his business. Never once told me. He knows I do music too. Never once brought it up that he has extensive knowledge in music and taught his daughter like guitar and vocal lessons and has a jam session every week.
Like quality, like people who are like legitimately really good musicians and like aren't like obviously in like a big band or whatever. They just do it for fun. They don't tend to talk about it that much because. Well, it's not even. It's just like I play guitar, and it's just very easy for people to be like, "Oh yeah, cool, man!" Like you just kind of sound pretentious. You shrug it off.
It is pretentious.
It kind of sounds like pretentious, right? So I know a lot of people who are like phenomenal musicians, and like unless you actively like knew that about them, they would never say anything.
That's really cool.
I get that. I got that vibe from him too, and like pretentious at first, and then because he was telling me, he's like, "I got this."
Yeah.
But then when I showed him my setup, he was honestly impressed by it too, and he was like, "Oh, good for you." And I was like, "Okay, it's mutual."
Well, I kind of gassed him out. I was like, "Man, you got my boy Brant. He's got a new guitar. You got to tell him about it." So he wouldn't have said anything, but I'm like, "You got to tell Brant. You got to show Brant."
Yeah, and I talked.
But I was just like, "Man, that's really cool because he's just such a good guy." And then hearing that he jams every weekend, new people just come by his house, and they just hang, have beer, smoke some.
And he did seem humble about it too, where it's like that is the vibe. Just come over, have a drink. Have a smoke.
That's so cool, man.
Fucking jam on your guitar. And
some people are watching the game.
That's the exact type of musician that I am. My favorite thing, like I like playing gigs and doing all that. My favorite thing is just like what we did.
Bonfire.
Just
jam.
Sit down and just bonfire jams
sick.
or just like pick up a guitar and just fuck around. Like back in the day when I was like in my 20s, my brother and I had an apartment and worked at my uncle's music store. Like we would have people over our house every single day after work. Like we'd get all people from the music store. We'd all finish our shifts. They'd all come over to our house and like we would just everybody in the house. Like it was a rule. Like even if you didn't know how to play music, I'd hand you a pair of drumsticks and you can hit the fucking radiator.
Oh no!
Hit the radiator.
Everybody in the house is playing music. So we have like guitars going around everywhere. Like my one buddy had a fucking little shitty like accordion, and like we had just the most random fucking instruments, man. And like literally to the point where we would hand somebody drum sticks and just be like, just bang on the fucking radiator. I don't care.
Something.
Just
try and stay in tune.
And we would just all just jam, and
Cool.
it would just turn into like a 7 or 8 person just like
sesh,
and it was like the coolest fucking thing when you would just like get a bunch of people to, and a song would just come out of it. Like it would just be like the coolest fucking.
It's
thing
kind of
ever,
magic,
man.
Like
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And it's just such a like euphoric like feeling that it's just like
true alchemy, man.
Yeah,
making
like,
something from nothing.
Yeah, dude. It's just like it's such a fucking rush, man. That like people who don't play music just don't understand. Like it's so
exactly.
cool.
It's just a relationship in a way where it's like
when you can like bond with people through music, man, and like even when you're on stage in a full band setting, like when you're all playing a song and it's all coming together, and it's just like you can just look over at your buddy and just like we're fucking doing this.
No,
it's such a cool feeling, man.
Like that might be more intense for you guys. Like that's I always make fun of DJs for just pressing play.
Like we were one of the songs we just jammed before you came over here was like a Dave Matthews song. It's called Number 41. But I was playing the song and singing it, and Brant just came in with some fucking solo,
the tremolo picking,
and just like some tremolo picking, and he's never heard the song before, and that is actually what happens in the fucking song. So he just started playing this shit, and I was just looking at him like,
that's it.
I was just like, yes. I was just like so jacked. I'm like, you're doing what is yes, dude. Yes. He had no idea.
Just doing the thing, man.
It was like the coolest thing ever. I'm like, and that is it in a nutshell. I was like, that's what I fucking love about music, man.
Yeah.
It all just comes together, and I was just like, God, this is the best.
No, I was gonna say, don't discredit yourself, Joel. Like everything you're doing on the, whether it's on the computer or with an instrument, it's the same thing, man.
I get it. I think for a while I kind of battled with that, like imposter syndrome. Like I'm not really playing the instrument until like
we all have that.
Oh, I do so bad, dude. Especially because all my friends are fucking like music teachers. So like,
that would be
that would be tough. I fully am aware that I am the least skilled musician of all of my musical friends.
That's
it was just like
that's right. I remember being that guy too. That was just being like, I am the worst in the room. This really sucks.
But that's good. You surround yourself with people that are better than you. It brings you up.
It does,
it does. Or you just grind because you're like, no, I gotta catch up, or I'm gonna be left behind. I have nothing. Sink or swim. Just go.
Well, it's like if you surround yourself with a bunch of losers. It's like.
They say that all the time. If you do, like I have some old friends who they play video games all the time. But I got a new group and they want to make money or hang out or do this, and I'm like, I want to be creative.
Yeah,
this to me is creative. You get to express thoughts.
It pushes you
creating.
At the same time.
Yep.
Right?
It does, and inspires. I leave inspired.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's the fucking vibe.
That's
energy.
Like I had buddies that were in
people are listening too, man.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I get people like every fucking day be like, "Oh, let's hear fucking podcast." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
I know it's actually really tight.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Brant? Sorry.
I was just saying, like, I had buddies that were really into music, and we pushed each other. I was in this music collective in Halifax, a bunch of musicians just doing good stuff, and that kind of fell apart eventually. And afterwards, I didn't have those people around me anymore. And I wasn't being creative. I wasn't being the best me because there was nobody else to kind of push me to do better. And I just kind of fell off and then I met you, Joel, and it was like, okay, there's this other guy at work and it's like, he's actually doing music still. He thinks we can do this.
Yeah.
Still. I'm like, I think we can do this still too.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm back in.
I know it. Well, it's funny you say that. I just wrote one of my buddies the other day, Ed, great fucking producer. And I just out of the blue, sometimes, I'll just drop a text message with a song. Yeah. I just dropped him this. What do you think? He's like, "Oh, dope." I'm like, "What are you working on?" He's like, "I haven't worked on music in months." I was like, "Bro, what? Like, why?" Falling out of love with it right now, just discouraged. Yeah. So I gave him my little trick. I'm like, "Dog, just do me a favor. I'm asking. Get your computer. Just open your fucking DAW, bud. And just open it. Just do. I don't want you to make any music." He's like, "Man, no." Like, fuck. I was like, "Dog, just open the DAW. Just that's your homework." He's like, "All right, I'll do that for you." So he opens it. He says, "Yeah." He's like, "Homework done. It's open." I was like, "Just leave it open. I don't want you to do anything. Just leave it the fuck open, man." So he's like, "Well, keep sending me songs that's inspiring me right now." So I just keep sending him updates. So then the other day, he sends me this fucking beautiful chord progression. I was like, "Oh boy!" And he's like, "Dog, I think I'm starting to get the bug again." And I was like,
"Nicely done."
Well, it's the little baby steps. And I said to him, I think because it's so overwhelming when you think of how much it takes to start finish a song. You can just think, the second I open this, it's going to be 2 hours. It's going to be mixing, mastering, label rejections. You just walk down the path to where it gets. Even the Spotify release, you're like, I just don't want to. I just want to create. I just want to have fun. Which I get is why jam sets, you just pick up and go.
Yeah,
you just get to have the fun bits of making music and just put it down. But as a producer, you're like, I don't get the fun bits. I get a few minutes, then I gotta worry about the mix, the master, the vocal.
Well, we gotta arrange and compose all this shit.
But he was like, you know what? I'm not even thinking about the mix. I'm just having fun composing. I'm like, good, just compose and just save that file, put it away. Yeah. But just every time you get your computer, just open your fucking DAW. All I ask, because you might do 2 minutes, you might do 25. The point is, you're still doing it, and you're never giving up. Like, don't let your spark die.
Well, I really like what you said too, where you have a book by your computer and you read 1 page a day.
I told him 1 page of 110.
Well, it turns into what? 4,
3 or 4. I read 6 last night. Like just
6 last night, and then you say you do the same for music composition. So you open your DAW, like you said, 5 minutes. Ain't much, but 5 minutes turns into 20 minutes.
I made a tweet about this last night because I was feeling inspired because I just talked to my buddy about this and same thing. And I was like, you know what? I feel like sharing this with people. But I said, while the market's been slow, I've been taking time to focus on bettering myself. Sometimes you don't realize, or sometimes you realize you're further behind than you'd like. And even starting feels overwhelming. And so to break this, I've been reading 1 page of a book a day. Now on page 110, doing 5 minutes of music. It usually turns into 20 plus. Yeah. 1 round of push-ups until failure. I now do it in the morning and at night just to keep it healthy. And then 5 minutes, which I've been doing, of learning coding. And now I'm already like halfway through these lessons.
That's incredible.
Because I'm just like, just aim for baby. And you'll go further. But
that's all stuff that you had 0, and now you have. You read a whole book. You read most of a book.
Well,
you made a song.
It's just the baby steps and routine.
What's your push-up count?
Me?
I was just like 20.
Yeah.
3.
I feel like 4.5.
It's been
of the girl ones where your knees are.
Yeah.
I can do 3 real push-ups or 6 girl push-ups.
6 girl ones.
Yeah, but the point is, just get started.
I'll be up to 7.
But no, what's your number? What's your number?
Oh, what is it? I'm doing 50.
What's
your
50?
50.
Oh shit!
What's your sleep number?
I sleep 3 hours.
What's your sleep number?
I'll be up. No, it's but small things, man. I honestly,
I gotta up my game.
I started. I could only do like 10, and
Is
I was
that
like,
reps or just 50?
Just 50 straight. I'll usually take a break in the air at like 30 and be like, get to 40. I get to 40. I'm like, okay, can you do 5 more? And I can sometimes only do 2. Sometimes I can do the whole 10. And usually I have to trick my brain and start back at 1. I'll be at 40, but I'll be like, okay, just give me 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if I start taking 55,
even that like 10-second rest can get you, 5 more, and you take a 10-second rest, you can get 10 in there.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with me. This stupid fucking exercise bike that I'm doing every morning for my leg.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I have like, okay, 10K every morning is my minimum, but once I'm into
it's your minimum. 10K is your minimum every morning.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's wild, dog.
You know what though? It's really not. 10K on a bike really isn't a lot.
How much time is that roughly?
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's really not.
Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe 20.
That's still pretty cool.
25 minutes. But yeah,
it's still a really good amount of time.
But it's like, I'm at like 8K and I'm getting pretty tired right now, and then I like stop for like 30 seconds, and I'm like, okay, go, and then I can do like another 4 or 5, so it's actually 12 or 13.
Sick.
By the end of it, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's the same thing like when I'm out hiking. It's just like, okay, fucking 10K, and I'll go 10K, and then I got to come back, so that's another 10K. So it's like, more often than not, not every day. This is more when I have the time, because walking that far takes a lot longer. But I'll do 10, 15, 20K hikes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
Once you're out there doing it, man, it's just like...
I think that's the thing when you start. The hardest part is just getting the clothes and getting out the door.
Sunday, I did a hike around Kearney Lake.
Nice.
With a friend and our dogs, and
he was in rough shape.
Yeah, I was very hungover.
Oh yeah,
I was very hungover.
Was that after the Saturday that you're fuck?
Yeah, I was very hungover. I don't know how I did it, but 3 hours we were out there. We probably did over 20K through the woods. And I felt like a champion when it was over. Oh yeah. It was a rough start. The first hour into it, I thought I might die in the woods because I was very hungover. But
you had a safety net.
But once I got past it, I was just like, I felt fucking great afterwards, and like hangover gone. And it's just like shit like that, just like really like, it's the best, man.
That's actually sick.
Yeah. And like you said, just like take that, like, you just 2 more kilometers, just 1 more, and then set yourself a goal, and then push past it by just like an inch.
Exactly. Once you break that inch too, you're like, oh, I'm fucking good. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
You're like, even if you set yourself for 10 and you do 11, you're like, there's no pressure. I'll go fucking 15.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you set small goals, because once you break it, you're just like, I'm gonna fucking outshine that.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why I like the 1 page rule, or do it till you get bored.
Yeah.
You know, I open one page. I'm like, not feeling this down.
I
Get
like
the one page in.
I like the one page one because it's like, imagine you didn't get. You're just like, you read half a page. You're like, I'm out.
That happened the other night. I got home from the club and it was like 4 a.m. and I started it. Yeah. I got 2 paragraphs and I was like, oh, fuck this. I just put it down.
No.
It was like 4 things. But I was like, you know what? At least I could say I opened the book, but I didn't hit my 1 page rule. So to make up for it the next night, I read 3.
But
I was like,
is this book on Audible? I'm just going to download it.
Yeah.
I got my one word a day.
That's it. And that's all right. See you tomorrow.
Like I got a paper cut opening the book, so
I'm out.
That's I ripped it in half.
Yeah. Does that count? Yeah.
So I burnt down the library.
Reading.
I hate books.
Now nobody's reading.
Books. Yeah.
Not only am I not, no one else
That's
is reading.
That's a reference from a past
from
episode.
the past episode.
Yeah.
That's the one that just got uploaded.
That's so good.
That's our motto. I hate
books.
I hate books.
All right, we're at an hour, so let's do the drink of the week, boys.
Oh no!
On the spot.
I was making one today. Here, I'll tell everyone.
Right,
yeah, okay. I don't know the name. It was like the something hams from somewhere. It wasn't the Birmingham, but it was something weird. So it was half maraschino liqueur.
Yeah, cherry.
Maraschino. Maraschino cherry. Is it cherry? Is it maraschino? It is. Yeah.
Is it cherry? Yeah, the Luxardo.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
cherry liqueur,
Okay. So yeah, it didn't really. Yeah, it tasted on its own. So half of that, 1.5 gin, 3/4 lime, 3/4 grape juice, and a half of simple. And shaken up. It was really nice, spirit forward. The grape juice kind of pops. Yeah, it has a popular name. It's like the Dutchingham or something. It's yeah, but yeah, it was good. It was the one that we made for some guests today. They liked it a lot. They got 4 of them. Remember, your table took care of them.
Yeah, they took care of that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nice. So the drink of the week is whatever the fuck that drink is
Dutchingham.
Dutchingham. Probably not that.
The Duchess.
It's something ham. It's like some women in front of me said that's the name of a prison in New Brunswick. So I don't know. Yeah,
we're not sure.
So someone, if you want to go look up the prison in New Brunswick,
this drink is called the New Brunswick Prison Tank.
No. Yeah, there's our drink, gang.
Cool. So now we are going to add 3 songs to our Bar Chords mixtape.
Ooh.
So on the spot, everybody go. We maybe should have put a little thought into this.
I always listen to remixes every week. I'm so bad for new music.
Okay, I'll go first. I have one.
Oh, good.
So there is a very great band. I'm going to just explain a little bit about this band just so everybody knows. And if you've never heard of them, go check them out. They are incredible.
They're called the Beatles.
Yeah, very niche.
They're called Coldplay.
Hey, we're the Monkeys.
Yeah. So this band is called OK Go.
I feel like OK Go.
Do we?
Yeah,
OK Go. They just put in a new single. Right?
They just put in a new album, just came out, and they are one of my all-time favorite bands. If you don't know this band, go check them out specifically on YouTube because the coolest thing about their band, not only is their music great, but all of their music videos are unbelievable. Most of them are one-shot, one-take music videos where they do like really
crazy
cool
looking,
stuff.
Yeah,
really. Yeah,
the treadmill one is the iconic one.
Their newest one that just came out is all done with mirror tricks. So it's all whole video is one shot, but it's all just like all these mirrors and
like
robots.
Arms
it's like robot arms and well-timed mirrors. Hard to explain over audio, but check out this band. They're called OK Go. They're fucking incredible.
Hell yeah.
So my song of the week is going to be, I don't know if it's their main single, but one of their singles off their new album. The song is called This.
Okay.
By OK Go. And it is very great representation of how amazing this band is. The song is incredible. So go check them out.
Love
Be on our Bar Chords mixtape.
Let's go.
Well, I got you want a minute, Joel?
I'll take a minute to think.
Yeah. So we were talking about the Riot Fest, and one of the bands on the docket, whatever the hell, on the set list was called Wishy, and they had an album that came out last year. It was really good, and the main song on there was called "Love on the Outside," and it just really captures that like '90s like indie kind of shoegazy kind of sound, and it's very nostalgic, even though it's from last year. So it sounds awesome. Love on the Outside by Wishy.
Oh, okay. I just remembered one. There is an artist, Cascade. He has this track. It's I forget the name, but it's the Sun-Soaked Edit. It's the only one, the Sun-Soaked Edit. And it's the smoothest, sexiest, like like sundown, summertime driving song. It's Thinking About You, I think, is it? Thinking About You. Ooh, man. You'll hear it. It's phenomenal.
This playlist is going to be
Yeah, so think about you, Sunset Cascade.
It's going to take you everywhere. You're going to be like hot on the beach, and then you're going to be like, I'm in the 90s.
And there'll be robot arms and mirrors.
You know what? But that's what I love about our dynamic here is we're
Pretty
all
different,
just
yeah.
like three different musical backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's crazy because
I love it, and I love you guys.
I love you too,
Wow.
man.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
that's the old.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it. That'll
Shut it
do.
down.
That's another episode. We'll see you next week, guys.
Wait, you gotta play a bar chord. Someone,
You do it. You do it.
I don't know how.
You got an acoustic guitar.
I
in your
do.
Studio,
I can play
bro.
a C,
I gotta
maybe.
back my chair up. Bar chord.
Give us a bar chord.
Give us an A. Beauty.
Bar chord. It's
Okay, bye.
Great work.
everyone.
See yous.
Bye.